Today's video is on relations, domain, and range. So the first thing we need to know is an ordered pair. This is where we have brackets x, y, where our first value is our x value and our second value is our y value. So for example, if we had the ordered pair 2, 5, that would be an ordered pair, and we can actually now draw up a graph and put this point on our graph. So where x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 5, so around here, and that's where our ordered pair is. Relations are a set of ordered pairs, so we have two examples. So here we have S is equal to these 4 points, and we have T is equal to these 4 points. So we have two types of relations. We have the domain and the range. So the set of all the first coordinates of the ordered pairs is called the domain. So if we circle in S, this would be 1, 1, 3, and 5. That would be our domain. And then we can write for our domain, S is equal to our universal brackets 1, 3, 5. And that's our domain for S. And with our range is the set of all the second coordinates of the ordered pair. So this would be 1, 2, 4, and 6. And we can write it the same way as we wrote our domain. S is equal to universal brackets 1, 2, 4, and 6, and then we can close our bracket. So using our relations, we can find rules. Let's look at an example. We've got 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4, 5. So the first thing let's find our domain and range. So our domain, this is equal to universal bracket and our value. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's our domain, and we've got our range, which has a different set of values. We can now look at all of our y values, which are 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we can find our rule using this. So what we're looking at is our x, y brackets, our ordered pairs. So we can write x, y, because that's what we're looking at. And then we can put semicolon. And we can actually see that we have a rule here. Y is equal to x plus 1. So we can write y is equal to x plus 1. And what is this true for? Well, this is true for when x is any of the values in the domain. So we can write when x is an element of 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that's our rule. And we can actually now go and graph this. So let's get our axes up, and we see when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. When x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. When x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. When x is equal to 4, y is equal to 5. Arrow diagram. So we can also represent our relations using an arrow diagram. So let's look at an example. We've got 3, 6, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 4, and 1, 2. And so now we've got our numbers here, and all we're going to do is we're going to draw our x value to our y value. So in this first bracket, we've got 3, 6. So I've got my x values here on the left and my y values here on the right, and I'll just drag this 3 over to the 6 and put an arrow. Now this 3 also goes to the 5 because of our next bracket, and in our next bracket we have 2, 5, so we'll drag the 2 to the 5. We've got 2, 4, and then our last point is 1, 2, and that's how you draw an arrow diagram. The implied domain. So when the rule for a relation is written and no domain is specified, it's understood that the domain taken is the largest, which the rule has meaning. So if we have y is equal to x squared, the implied domain is r, because y and x can both be any number that is real. If we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 1, well, this is our equation for a circle where we know our center is 0, 0, and our radius is equal to 1. So if we go in 1 in each direction, we get -1, 1, 1, and -1. So our lowest value is -1, and our highest value is 1. So that would be our implied domain. So in this example, we want to find the implied domain and range of x minus 1 squared plus y squared is equal to 9. So we can notice that we have the equation of a circle here. And so we see our h value is 1, and we have no k value, so our center is equal to 1, 0. And our value for r squared is equal to 9, and so our value of r is 3. So we have our radius and our center, so we can draw up our axes and label them, and we can draw up our circles. So we have 1, 0, we can go 3 to the right, we can go 3 to the left, 3 top, and 3 on the bottom. And we can connect these dots up, and now we can label each of our points. So we've got our center at 1, 0. If we go up, we get 1, 3, and if we go down, we get 1, -3. If we go to the right, we get 4, 0, and if we go to the left, we get -2, 0. So looking for our implied domain. So we can write imp domain, and that's equal to our lowest values for x and our highest values for x. So our lowest value for x is -2, and our highest value for x is 4. So our implied domain in square brackets is -2, 4. For our implied range, our lowest value of y is negative 3, so it'd be negative 3, and our highest value of y is 3. So for our implied range in square brackets, it would be negative 3, 3.